Hello, this is Marilyn from Marilyn's in Naples, Florida, and I'm at the shop today. And the department, it's Saturday morning, that's right. And we are going to feature one of our other departments, which is our scarf department. And I have lots to tell you about it. And Hilda's going to be joining me today. Hilda's had a rough week because we've been very busy at the store. We've been selling off her dress, but we did manage to put a few more on her to spruce her up so she looks good, hopefully. What I did with scarves is when I started doing scarves is I realized that a scarf really isn't a scarf. It's used to either warm you, or actually it's used like jewelry to adorn a piece of clothing or an outfit that you're wearing. And probably one of the first that they had is they did the square, which is the French. Traditionally it was the French. They used it to tie on clothing. You've seen it a lot. Plain colored dresses, a lot of people do that. And great way to do it instead of using jewelry. And that came about during the French. So we do that in a square. I divided up the scarves in the store in 4 categories. They're a scarf, a stole, a shawl, or a sarong. And that has to do with the size. A scarf usually in the smaller size is in a square, but I also do the bigger square, which crosses over into a shawl. Of course, we're using the Marilyn scarf. Now you're starting to get to a point where you can also use this as a shawl to keep you warm. So this one, it does two purposes, but in the category we use it here as a scarf because we can also use it as a fashion statement. I don't know how this looks, I don't have them there, but I always say this you don't have to worry about this modal and silk, it always looks good. Then there's what's called the stole. And see how narrow this is? But here at the store, we classify it as a stole, which means it's a long rectangle. And that's used for some little bit of coverage, also for decorative things like with a scarf. I keep thinking I'm videoing on the phone and I can't reach out, no one sees me, but I have a feeling you're seeing all of me this time, so I better be careful what I do off the screen. All right, this is what I actually do when we talk about shawls. Now a shawl usually is going to be like this, and see how much wider this is than the stole? And this literally is going to be for warmth. See how far it covers down? And again, it's larger, but you can still use this decorative for an outfit. The last one, which is the sarong. This is the one where they come in with all those tying things, skirts, and they make dresses out of it, and we can tie the ends on each, make like a shawl that comes down to here. If you want to see more about what you can do with this, you'll have to come into the shop, or I think I might have an old video out there on scarves where I may have shown you that. But this is a good time for me to tell you the story about how I got scarves. I wound up coming to a show in Milan. I found a scarf little booth. It was rather large, and there was a man there, and it was at the end of the day. I said, I've been looking for a scarf company that's in Como, and I said that I can do business with, and I haven't been able to do that. And he said to me, well, he said, it's kind of late today. I said, well, can I come and see you in Como? Because I love to go to, as you know, I love to go to factories or anything like that. And he said, yes. He says, I'll see you at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So the next morning, I go ahead to get on the train to go up to Lake Como, and it's a strike. It doesn't stop me. I'll go ahead and I rent a taxi and I'd have him drive me up to Como. Eugene, who was absolutely down, we became very close friends, started to tell me about scarves. Well, he taught me about modal and how you mix those two together to make it very soft. That was like in the square. This happens to be modal with cashmere, which makes it very lightweight and very beautiful colors. Anyway, that's Marilyn's department. And if you want to come and visit, Hilda and I were here, and my staff will be more than happy to help you. We've got a lot more tips about scarves. Okay, it's Marilyn in Naples, Florida, and I don't have to tell you about Instagram and Facebook anymore because Sophie puts a little square over here that tells you all that stuff. Thank you very much.